Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We are live. Oh shit. There you go. Yeah.
Sí
Yeah, something
cabemos,
like
sí
that.
cabemos.
I'm not that fat. It's early in the morning, guys. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm here with Luis, and we got ourselves our cafecito.
Mhm.
Is it Nescafe?
No, not
No,
this
Nescafe,
one. I
no.
usually drink Nescafe, um, the instant coffee. I know for some of you might not be the best coffee, but
Monica.
I know she like hates on
Why
Nescafe
is
coffee.
that? I don't know. Did
I
she?
don't know. I think
Do
she
you know
just
the
thinks it's
reason?
a cheap coffee or something.
I
Or
mean, it is, but it's good.
you're like it is.
It is, but it's
It's
good.
good.
It's
And
very good.
maybe yeah, it's good. And maybe because we grew up with it, no?
Yeah, because
Well,
I've
I grew
always
up
had
with it.
Nescafe. I've always had
Yeah,
Nescafe.
yeah.
Besides, when I go to like El Cafecito Dutch Bros,
Yeah,
that's like
maybe that's why we like it because we grew up with it, and it just
all
feels
the
good to drink.
sugar.
It feels good. Oh, which is the
It's
topic we're covering today, a
oh
little bit of
yeah.
nutrition and the foods we grew up with.
In a
Uh,
Mexican household, or we could just like also say like in general.
in general,
Yeah.
yeah, and then we're gonna talk about our experiences, yeah, in a Mexican household. Yeah,
Because we're Mexicans.
yeah, because we have that experience, right?
Yes,
Um,
lots of experience.
but anyways, it's not Nescafe, but
What is it? Is
it's
it like from like the
what's it
machine?
called? Yes, so I used a
Espresso
coffee
machine?
maker. No, just
Oh,
coffee maker. No, not espresso.
okay. You're
Mm-mm.
fancy.
At least this morning.
I'm trying so hard not to have the other
Oh,
side, but
it's
it's all okay.
cheers.
Cheers. Good morning, everyone. Get yourself your cafecito. If I hope you're listening to this as you're driving to work, working out, going for a run. I don't care. I just want you to listen to my beautiful voice. So, my name is Ruby. I'm one of your co-hosts, and I'm here with,
Luis Canseco, your other co-host.
and welcome to the Fitgods podcast,
Yeah.
episode number 3.
Yes, we made
Woo!
it to
We
episode
three
three.
type
Remember the
shit.
statistic, 90% of podcasters don't make it to episode three. And then after those, 90% of those who do make it don't make it to episode 20th. So that's gonna be our next milestone, 20
Episode 20.
episodes.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So we are changing our time we record the podcast because you want to tell them why, Ruby?
Our neighbors who happen, if you're watching this on video form, go ahead. They're gone. Eh, They're no longer here. So on the last episode, I don't know if you guys noticed, it was very choppy and I felt like we really repeated ourselves. And that's because our lovely neighbors decided to be so noisy and being annoying, and then they kept dropping stuff, and yeah,
They were talking very loud, and so it was very
way too loud.
distracting. It was very
Yeah.
distracting
I'm
when
pretty
we
sure
were
you guys were able to
recording.
pick it up on the mic. Yeah, that's how close they were, because
They were just,
they're
yeah.
right here.
I mean, yeah, they were just here next door. And that's how it is when you're a small business, you know. But one day we'll have our own studio, Ruby.
Hopefully, because I was
Don't worry.
about to throw hands with them. I threw my Gatorade at them, guys. I threw my Gatorade.
Yeah, and so we decided to instead record Saturday morning at 9 in the morning, or set up at 9 in the morning because that's when Culture Vibe here is closed. They don't open until 10, so we have enough time
Mhm.
of silence.
Thank
Uh,
God.
yeah, so that's why we're drinking our cafecito today.
Yes, and I just came back from boxing and I did not shower, so sorry, Louise, if I'm a little stinky.
No,
No, I'm
no.
good. Okay, thank God. I put a shit ton of perfume. I was like,
Yeah, I can smell the perfume.
good.
Um, oh yeah, you had boxing this morning, and so tell them what time were you up this morning?
Guys, my schedule is now official. I now only wake up at 5:30 a.m. every day. Like when I woke up, I deadass thought I was going to work
Mm-hmm.
because my alarm was at 5:30. So when I woke up, I was like, damn. Like I started putting on my work clothes and I was like, oh wait, I have boxing with Wit today.
Mm-hmm.
So I quickly changed, did some boxing, did some drills, and feel good. And I'm more, wide awake now, especially with my cafecito. And I had McDonald's afterwards. It was convenient. So I think we might have to bring this back up later on in the podcast. But yeah, I thought I was running late because my boxing session ended, and then as I was heading back home, I was like, damn, I'm not gonna have enough time to actually cook my egg whites, my fruit, and, something I usually eat after a good workout. So guess what I had to do? I had to go to McDonald's and I got the 2 for $6. If you big backs out there know what I mean, you know what I mean, which is the two English McMuffins with the sausage. And I devoured those things within 5 minutes because I was hungry, man.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're always hungry.
I am.
But you had a good boxing session though,
Yes.
so that's cool. And you ran 8 miles yesterday.
Dude, those
So
moms killed me.
yeah, yeah, you know, and you're keeping track of your calories. So good.
Yeah, but like two of those is like 800 calories.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. I put on macro factor,
Mm,
and it said 800 calories. I was like,
yeah.
bro, that's like basically my entire intake.
No, really? No.
Like
What's your
100,
intake? No, that's
it's like
too low
50,
for
it's like 1700.
1700.
But even then, I was
You gotta be
like off
careful.
of like two of those, I wanted like a bigger meal, but
Yeah,
it is what it is.
you just gotta be careful for the remaining of the day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Like all they McDonald's has to switch is the pork sausage to a turkey sausage, and I stand on that because everything else is healthy. The English McMuffin, like the muffin itself, is like 100 calories. An egg is like 90 calories. Cheese, 80 to like 90 calories as well. It's the goddamn pork sausage that's like 180 to 200 calories. I stand on that. If they switched it to a turkey, that sandwich is gonna be like maybe like 300 calories instead of like 400 calories.
Yeah. But guys, don't go to McDonald's. Cook your own food.
Yeah.
That's only worst case scenario. You're running late
Hmm.
and you need food, or something, right?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
no, cook your eggs at home.
And not gonna lie, I
Uh,
kind of feel like icky. Like I could feel like
yeah,
acid in my stomach.
yeah, and
It's
that's
from
what,
the pork sausage. I stand on that.
and I think that's what it does, right? Especially when you eat healthy every day and then you eat something that is not super clean
Hmm.
or healthy. Yeah, you're gonna feel like that. Yeah, your body's not gonna love it as much because it's been used to, your body got used to eating the best foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so yes, guys. So don't go to McDonald's. Cook your own food.
Yeah, because now I kind of feel like doo doo.
All right. So since we're talking about food, it's perfect because that's the topic of today,
I
right?
love food, yo.
Which is body dysmorphia,
Oh, I love this topic.
body image and beauty standards,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
And so let's dive into it.
Let's
Um,
go. What do you want to start off with? Body dysmorphia?
let's start with body dysmorphia. Why don't you tell people what body dysmorphia is?
So how I describe it to people is that, for me, constantly a lot of people are like, "Oh, you look good, you look jacked." I get a lot of compliments, but when I look at myself in the mirror, my brain does like this like reverse image thing and I see my old self. And I see myself with like a lot of body fat. I look ugly. I have like, acne and all that, but that's not the reality. It's just something that your mind does because of trauma. And like in the previous episode, I did discuss that back then. I was very, really overweight. I'm 5'1", you guys, and my heaviest I've ever been was close to 200. I had a lot of acne. I was like your typical, like stereotypical nerd, overweight, glasses, acne. Like I was a big girl. Goddamn. And
Big back.
big. I had a big bag. I still have a big bag, but all muscle now. But yeah, I think due to trauma and especially like what you go through when you go through a weight loss journey or trying to just become a better person, that old image of yourself is always going to be stuck in the back of your mind. And it's just something that I constantly struggled, even like as of today. Like I said, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're so jacked." Like, I notice your shoulders are getting bigger. But when I look at myself in the mirror, I just see my very old self, like this disgusting image that's how I say it. I'm like, that's disgusting. Like, that's how I used to look back then. But I didn't know any better. Back then, I ate like shit because that's all we had around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you so in the mirror you still see that chubby girl.
Yeah, I still see that chubby girl.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put a clip of it, but there's like a movie with The Rock and the Kevin Hart,
Hmm.
and The Rock, he's like he's big, he's buff,
Hmm.
but when he looks at himself in the mirror, he sees his old self, and it's like
I
he's
remember.
chubby. I think
I seen that
yeah,
movie.
it's like
Yeah.
all over like the gym community because people are like, oh, this is literally like how body dysmorphia is, and I agree with that. Like that's how it is for me.
Yeah. And so you're saying that you still deal with that, like
Oh yeah, 100%. Still to this day, like I'm not saying. It's gotten better. Like
it,
back then, it used to be to the point that I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror. Like I would
okay.
cover the mirror when I would go shower because the mirror's right there. You're gonna see yourself. I would cover the mirror. I took off the mirror in my room because I just didn't want to see myself. I didn't want people to take pictures of me just because I didn't like the way I look. But because of that, that made me want to change myself even more.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of complaining and playing the victim card, just get up and change like something you don't like. And
Right.
that's how I got to where I'm at now at a much healthier, body fat rate. I'm more active. I do boxing, I do running, weightlifting. So, everyone's different. What about you? Like,
Yeah.
how do you struggle with it?
Um, and before I share a little bit about me, I think you're saying something that is very, very important, right? Like fitness and being active has helped you not fully overcome
Hmm.
that, but you gotten better. You said
Yeah.
you gotten better, and so you're gaining confidence, right, with
Hmm.
time, and it's a process. And I'm sure you're gonna reach the point where you're gonna be more confident, like
Hmm.
you're building that confidence. And I think that's something that fitness does, right? Being active and setting yourself with goals, and completing these goals. That's what builds confidence, man.
Yeah.
Because for me, and I can say that, right? Because, for example, you know how I'm doing the 6 month cut right now,
Hmm.
and I'm leaning down. I'm on week what 14, I think. And so, look, having a six pack is cool. Not gonna lie.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you look badass. You look good, right?
Hmm.
Looking good, it's important, right? Because when you look good, you feel good about yourself. You walk with more confidence. You go into a room with more confidence, and so it's good for your health, for your mental health. Um, Being proud of your image. But for me, the 6 month cut is not just about image. It's not just about having a six pack. Like I said, that's all cool. But for me, it's doing the 6 month cut. For me, it's more about like the mental attitude.
Yeah.
Like when I committed to this 6 months, uh, what I'm looking forward to is finishing that 6 month and saying I stuck with it for
Yeah.
6 months. I kept my word, and I think that develops mental fortitude. You know what I mean? Because when you commit to a goal and you do it, even if you have faults, even if
Hmm.
you have faults, but you get back up, but you complete that goal, man. If you reach that goal, it develops that mental fortitude,
Oh yeah.
and it makes you feel good about yourself, right? Because when you finish something that you said you were gonna do, you can trust yourself, and that's cool. When
Yeah.
you can trust yourself, it's a win. And so that's for me the 6 month cut. Since we're talking about body image, right? For me, it's more important the mental
Hmm.
fortitude. But going now to back to body dysmorphia, my trauma might not be as big, and I'm also older.
Oh, we
I'm
know.
also
Take
older,
off the
so
hat and show them what you got underneath there.
I'm also okay.
No, no,
Time
bald,
out.
bald. All right, we're gonna have to stop this. You just go, boop.
Dude, it's not even
No,
that
put it
bad.
back on. Put it back on. I'm not gonna
Uh,
let you do that. So
I have a bald
do that
I
to
have a
yourself.
bald spot, guys, over here in the back.
Mm.
And
In
so
the back. Dude,
you mean on the top?
you mean everywhere?
Oh my God,
Now
Ruby.
you have body dysmorphia. I just gave it to
You
you
you just, yeah, traumatizing me right now.
live here on the Fitgods
Mhm.
podcast.
And so what I was saying is that I'm older, so over time I overcome that, you know.
Hmm.
But I do remember being more self-aware of my body in my maybe mid 20s, um, because
I'm in my mid 20s.
yeah,
Oh my god.
so like you, I grew
Hmm.
up chubby. I grew up being bullied, and I think I shared that in the first episode, I think, or
Yes.
second episode. I don't remember. I don't remember like if we done 100 episodes.
Calm down,
It's only
Luis. This is
episode
the
number
three.
three,
I just put
bro.
four.
That's that's four. This is episode number three, guys.
Three.
And so I was also bullied for being chubby, and 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 so yeah, I also had a little bit of body dysmorphia. I wanted to
Hmm.
look good. Uh, and and I remember that when the first time I lost weight, I was probably like around 15 years old. And it's funny that I say this because, um, dude, the only thing I was just eating cereal, which is not
Really?
healthy at all. But I was 15 years old and I didn't know about nutrition. And so I was just eating cereal like 2 times a day. So I was under eating, eating unhealthy, but since my calories were very low, I
Yeah.
lost weight. But because I didn't want it to be bully anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be the chubby kid anymore. And then as an adult, I started going to the gym, and then that's when I got a little bit into more like bodybuilding and body physique. Yeah, and so I started working on building muscle so I could quote unquote look better, right? Um, but yeah, that's been my journey. Now I'm a little older. I think I overcome that. I honestly don't have that body dysmorphia
So how did you
anymore.
overcome it?
I think what I was saying earlier, Ruby, to you, that when you stick to fitness and you keep working out, you build this confidence.
Mhm.
And that's what has happened to me is I set myself goals, and I always like setting up goals, whether it's bulking up, gaining more muscle, or cutting like I'm doing right now, or maybe running a little bit more,
Mhm.
setting up these goals and then completing these goals again. And you're not going to be perfect, right? You're going to have falls, but you have to get back and keep going. But completing these goals has helped me build that confidence.
Yeah.
And so that's what I told you earlier. Over time, you're building this confidence. Like right now, you're more confident.
Yeah.
I know you're more confident because otherwise you wouldn't be here on the
Mhm.
podcast, right? And I can tell that you're more confident because we record videos and you look very confident in the
Damn right I
videos.
am.
You wouldn't have done that how many years ago? Like 5, 6 years
Oh
ago?
yeah, 100%.
You
Well, no,
no,
yeah, no.
yeah, when you were chubby, I'm
Mhm.
sure you wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Because you say you didn't want to look at yourself in pictures or anything like that. So you're building this confidence, and you're gonna keep building more confidence. And so I think that's what it was for me, just over time building more confidence, and to the point where yeah, I think I overcome that. I don't look
Nice.
at myself in the mirror and think any negative thoughts about myself, and I don't have to have a six pack for me to be proud of myself. Um, you know, I think that's we can also talk about that because you don't have to have a six pack to look good. Would you agree with that?
100% agree. The only time I've ever had abs like visibly showing was when I had to cut down a lot of weight to join the military. The military standards was a little different back then, so I really had to cut down weight. And I remember I was at the hotel and I was processing towards Fort Leonard Wood, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is the first time I've ever seen my abs."
Mm-hmm.
And that was because I was like starving myself
Mm-hmm.
just so I could fit underneath the weight limit for a female my age at that time,
Mm-hmm.
which was like 120.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could see me like I had muscles, I had all this, but I was like skinny as back then.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm so much happier with like a little bit more body fat. Like I'm still physically fit. I could
Mm-hmm.
still, do, my runs, my boxing and all that, but when I had to join the military just because it was just so strict and stupid back then, I really had to cut down so much weight in order for me to join. So imagine this, but literally like skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the only time I actually saw my abs, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't healthy. I mean, I wasn't happy or healthy.
Exactly, and I think that's a really good point.
Hmm.
Uh,
I remember I was like, dude, I was exhausted. I had like little to no sleep, and looking in my mirror, just like, what am I doing with myself? And next thing you know, I had like six drill sergeants yelling at me, but
uh-huh.
that's a different story.
Yeah, so that's a really good point. You don't have to have a six pack to look good. And also having a six pack for a lot of people, it's not healthy unless you have the genes and that's your normal
Hmm.
body with abs showing. Then you might be healthy. But for a lot of people, it's not having a six pack is not sustainable. You know what I mean?
It's not.
No. And so the point is that yes, so having a six pack doesn't equal you you look good, right? Be in shape for eso sí.
Yeah.
Be in shape, be active, make sure that you can move, make sure that you can lift things, make sure that you can
Hmm.
run, you know what I mean? Like you can go on walks and you're good. That's being in shape. um and so but sometimes I think people assume that you have to look a certain way to look good, and I think that's kind of the topic that we
Yeah.
that
And
we
you want
have
to know
also.
why? You want to know why we have such like high beauty standards,
Hmm.
especially in the United States? Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood. So this is so interesting because I actually saw this last night, so I'm gonna bring this up. Do you know Tobey Maguire, the original Spider-Man,
Oh yeah.
early 2000s? Do you remember like watching him, and the very first movie, you know, he wakes up after getting bitten by the spider. I thought he was like super jacked back then. Like he had like muscles, his veins were showing, he had like a little bit of a six pack. And that to me, I was like, yo, this guy is shredded. He's, you know, like he could go on a bodybuilding show. But now, look at superhero movies as of today. They're like super jacked. You could totally tell they're on steroids. Um, and it just looks so unrealistic. But it's just weird, like back then, just seeing something like that, like Tobey Maguire, like that was such a good physique. But now compared to today's like superheroes and actors, that's nothing. Like,
Yeah.
can you kind of like remember how Tobey Maguire looked back then?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, he was slim, right?
He was
Slim. He
slim.
was lean,
Mhm.
but not crazy big like the
That's what I'm saying. Like
superheroes
the superheroes that
nowadays.
you see, like I want to think of one actor that like really built up. I want to say, fuck it, let's just say Tom Holland. He's a lot bigger. Like if you compared him to Toby, there's a huge difference. Tom has more mass,
Hollywood,
and also for females too.
they set up certain beauty standards,
Mhm.
right, in films, and so we regular people, normal people, we want to compare ourselves to them. You know what I mean? Or we want to have their bodies, which is again might not be even healthy. You know, so like you said, some of these people, actors, they do steroids.
Yeah.
You know, or they eat a certain way. Their job is to eat this a certain way.
I
That's
also
not
want
you
to
and
bring
I.
up Ariana Grande and Cynthia, those two girls that done Wicked. I don't know if you're on
I've
that.
heard of it.
Yes, they are extremely malnourished, bro. Have you seen, like, compare Ariana Grande like back then, like in her prime, and to now? She like it's super unhealthy. And this is something that I'm a rant about real quick. I don't understand how this is glorified. Like these young women are literally starving themselves for a Wicked movie, Wizard of Oz movie, and millions of people are watching this movie. They're supporting it. They're basically saying like, "Oh, this is okay for girls to do." They have dolls made, and these dolls they're skinny, bro. Young girls, even like my niece, she has a doll, and Ariana, her character, she's just super skinny, and it's crazy that they're glorifying this, but if they see like an overweight actor or actress, like they get shamed on, which I don't understand. I'm like, so you're okay with a young lady starving themselves for a movie? Like that's okay to glorify, but if someone has to like gain weight or something like that, we all bully him or her. Like, you know,
And neither one is healthy.
neither one is healthy. Yeah. Like also, like there's so many actors and actresses that have either lost a lot of weight for the role or gained so much weight for their role. And either you get glorified or you're gonna get bullied online. Like they'll call you out for it.
Hollywood upholds the beauty standards, right? So that's something that we have to be aware. Us regular people, everyday people, we're not getting paid to be a certain physique, right? Maybe the actors are, but we're not. Um, you know, some actors they train so much for roles. They train probably like 2 or 3 times a day.
Oh yeah,
They eat so much, but that's their job.
they're getting paid for it.
They're getting paid for it. That's not us. You know what I mean? We regular people, we can't do that.
We have to be our own personal trainer, our own nutritionist. We gotta do like everything on ourselves.
Yes.
We don't have the money. We don't have that advantage or privilege that these actors or even social media stars have. They have the money or they're getting paid, sponsored to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think comparison is something that affects a lot of people. You know, they see certain people on movies, and so they want to look like them when it's almost not possible. You know what I mean? And if you try to do it, it might be very unhealthy. Like I said earlier, like if you're trying to get a six pack, like for me, Ruby, like if it's really hard for me to be walking around with a six pack. It's very unhealthy for me. Because that means that I have to bring my calories super low to the point that I'm hungry all day. And when you're hungry all day, your mood, your mood is not on point. You know what I mean? Your mood is not on point, and then you're not sharp.
It's because of your hormones.
Exactly. So you're not gonna be sharp. So if I'm not gonna be sharp here in the mine. So how am I gonna be doing the best job possible, right? So for me, having a six pack every day, walking around like that is not doable. It's not healthy, and so that's something that you have to understand and be aware of, And so we gotta realize that, like I said earlier, and I keep saying it, having a six pack doesn't equal you look good, or that's the ultimate shape. Uh-huh. Because there's beauty standards in Mexican households as well, right?
100%.
And there's a lot of bullying in our households.
The nicknames.
The nicknames. Tell them
Flaco,
all about
Gordito,
it.
La Chaparrita. Bro, I can go on and
Morena.
on. Yeah, well, dude, that one's bad. Not
That
gonna
one, no,
lie.
I know,
That
but
was so
it's
bad. I hate
some,
that one.
yeah, and Morena, no salgas mucho, don't go out to the sun too much because you're gonna get darker. You know what I mean?
Oh my God,
Yeah. So
the things that they be saying.
that's already trauma right there. If
Yeah.
you grow up in an environment that keeps telling you that, and so in like you were saying, like they call you flaquito, estás muy flaco. They call you, oh mija, you're getting gordita.
Yeah, did they call you gordito? They call me gordita back then.
They call you gordita.
Or like the chaparrita. I was like, bro, fuck you. Fuck you, everyone.
Yeah. So we need to challenge these beauty standards. I think as a society we gotta challenge them, because we cannot keep living in a society that somebody else is setting and telling us what beauty is. Because if they keep telling us what beauty is, then we are gonna keep comparing ourselves to them, and if we're comparing ourselves to something that is not doable or possible, then we're always gonna feel like shit. You know what I mean? Because we can't get to that physique. And so we gotta challenge that, because that's not doable for us, for everyday people. And so, and you can see it with Fitgods. That's something that I'm conscious about, and that I try to do, is bring people of all shapes. You know what I mean? Like different shapes, different skin color. Like if you go to the website right now, it's gonna be completely different than another brand out there. You know what I mean? You're gonna see moreno skin models in our website, right? And that doesn't mean that we only sell to Latino folks or people who are brown skin. No, but what it means is that this brand stands for also challenging those beauty standards. You know what I mean? Like being moreno, morenita, being bajito, that's beautiful too. You know what I mean? But in the fashion industry, they want tall people. They want tall models. They
Tall
want
and
skinny
slim people. That's what they want to be shown on camera.
Yeah, and so, and if we, especially us, since we're in the fashion industry and fitness industry, if we keep upholding that belief, then we're not doing any good. You know what I mean? We're not doing anything different than these other companies are doing.
And then we have our mannequins in
Now,
here. Our
I
mannequins.
know.
I was like,
Like that mannequin doesn't represent us. Like we have it because it was free.
We are on a tight budget, guys. We should make a shirt. We should make a
budget.
Fitgods shirt, and in the back it says we are on a tight budget, exclusive for the podcast listeners only. Ooh.
It does not represent our audience, to be honest, because it's that mannequin is way too skinny, man.
And the leggings don't even fit her.
I don't have a booty, and I have more booty than that mannequin, man. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Because I said I don't have a booty.
Because you really don't.
I don't.
Yeah. It disappears.
It's not a secret.
Show it to the camera. Don't be shy.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna lose all our followers.
We're gonna gain followers.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be your boys at the gym. Like, that's my man's right there.
Ooh, and you know what that just reminded me of? You said we're gonna gain a lot of followers. That's something else that happens on social media. Like people who show their booty get a lot of followers.
Oh yeah.
Why is that? Why is that? Why is that, Ruby?
I don't know. I'm a girl. I like watching videos of guys taking off their shirts.
So
we can't show them.
That's another thing.
They just like ass.
Yeah.
People like ass. You don't have ass, but Monica likes you for other reasons.
This just reminded me of in the fashion industry, like it sucks that sex sells, and it's a common saying in sales in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
Which means that showing somebody who quote unquote we perceive as beautiful in a picture is gonna do better than a picture of somebody that we don't perceive as beautiful. You know what I mean? Do we want to represent looks or do we want to represent health and fitness? Right? So, so as a fitness brand, like we are different in that sense, right? Fitgods is different in that sense that we're not gonna glorify injecting yourself with juice and steroids.
It's a no.
Yeah. Uh, if you do it, that's completely up to you, right? But we as
Just
a
know that
brand,
there are side effects to
yeah.
it.
And if you're the person who do wants to do it, just get informed, right? Do it the right way, get informed, talk to a doctor, uh, research it, and hopefully, I just hope that you have a good reason why you want to do that, and hopefully, it's not just because you're dealing with body dysmorphia and comparison. Yeah,
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 absolutely. And make sure you're not getting that cheap stuff. Don't be getting it from that creepy dude at the gym. Actually go to a professional if you
uh-huh,
are going to be injecting yourself, and make sure you feel confident of
uh-huh,
you even injecting yourself by yourself or having a friend that
yeah,
has, that experience when it comes to needles, or I think they even have it in pill form now. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. And like I said, for me, it's not healthy, and we're not gonna glorify that over here. But if you are doing that, that's it's up to you. That's your life, right? And so, okay, where do we go from here? Um, should we talk about growing up Mexican?
Growing up
You're
Mexican.
Mexican, a Mexican household, um, and being judged by our own families.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, a lot of that happens in families where you are told, estás chaparra, o estás gordita, and all of that, of course, hurts you, and
Oh, it hurt me a lot.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's family most of the time. And again, I don't think your family means it with hate. You know what I mean? I think they like you said earlier, they're also brainwashed by beauty standards, because they've been consuming TV for years that they're also brainwashed. And so, yeah, some of us grew up very. I think most of us, Ruby, grew up very unhealthy,
Oh yeah.
right? Because our parents didn't feed us the most nutritious food. And so it was easier for us to get a little chubby too, because I mean, I remember me growing up, my parents would cook with so much oil. Like
Oof.
everything was like cooked with oil.
Mm-hmm.
My parents didn't start changing that
They got older.
until we got older. My older
Mm-hmm.
brother Eddie and myself, until we got older and we started telling them, "Hey, dad, mom, like that's not healthy." You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't be eating red meat every day, because my dad would want red meat like every day
Mm-hmm.
cooked in oil.
Damn.
Like no, not every day. And so, but that's how my mom would cook, because that's what they would eat. And then we would eat a lot of carbs,
Oh, like the
tortilla,
tortillas,
arroz,
arroz.
arroz y frijoles on the same plate.
That's all carbs.
Yeah.
And don't hate me. Tortillas have no nutrition value, and I stand on that shit. I stand on that shit. And
Uh-huh.
it's true. Especially like how they make it. It's literally just masa. There's
Yeah.
nothing good about it unless like you're doing like a marathon. But other
Uh-huh.
than that, like I grew up too, like how you said, but mine is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My parents, they worked multiple jobs to
Mm-hmm.
keep, the food on the table. We had a roof over our heads. Um, I have three older sisters. I'm the baby, so four girls in total. And like I said, mom and dad, they were rarely at the house. And at that time, my sisters didn't really know how to cook.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the easiest thing? We lived by Frank's Mexican Grill. So guess what we did every day? My dad would give us 20 bucks, maybe 30, and we would go across the street, eat there almost every day. Yeah.
Frank's.
Yeah, Frank's. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
dude, he even recognized me. It's to the, it was bad to the point that he recognized us, and he already knew our order.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he knew all of our order, and we would just give them the money. And that's it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for me, it would always be the carne asada fries with
Yeah.
the horchata. That's, dude, I ate that whole entire thing. Have you guys ever like seen like a carne asada like fry, like box? It's like huge. It's probably like the size of my forearm now, but I would eat that all by myself at age what, 4 or 5 or even younger. That's crazy.
Yeah, you were a kid.
Yeah, and then my dad too. I love him to death, but whenever we had our father and daughter dates, it was McDonald's like this
Yeah.
morning, but it's the deluxe breakfast meal, and that in total is 2,000 calories. I was a
Just one
child,
meal.
just one meal. Con mi café, that's probably even more,
Wow.
and I would consume that and then eat more. That's how I
Yeah.
got super fat. But
Yeah.
it's not on them. Like all they wanted to do was just, back then when they were growing up, they didn't have much to eat. I think pretty sure for them it was literally just arroz, frijoles, and tortillas.
Right.
That's all they could afford. So now them here in America, like they want the best for their kids. So I'm pretty sure my dad was like, "Oh, I've always wanted McDonald's, but we never had that in Mexico. I'm gonna give it to my daughters. Oh, I've always wanted, what's that thing called? Cotton candy? Is that what it is?
Wait,
Is it cotton candy? Like the one that you pick and you put in your mouth and like melts away? Um, my dad told me like he would buy it for us because he remembered that whenever they had like fairs in the pueblo, he always wanted cotton candy, but like they couldn't afford it. So when he saw like I wanted it, he immediately bought it. He was like, if I couldn't have this when I was a child, my child's gonna have it.
Yeah.
So almost like spoiling us.
Love.
Yeah,
You know what I
love.
mean? It's love.
Killing us with kindness, sort of. I love him. I was thinking about it, I was like, I love him.
And
Yeah.
like us, I always say it's not like they do it with hatred. You know, I mean, they do it with love.
Mhm.
They took you to eat with love. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because that would make you girls happy, and so your dad wanted to see you girls happy, and so he he took you girls out.
Yeah, hometown buffet was also our number one go-to spot after church.
Yeah, but I mean, at least for my parents, they would do the same thing, but they were not aware of it, right? Like you and I, and nowadays we are. They were not aware of it, and so they didn't know that they were doing a little bit of harm or a lot of harm.
A big a lot.
They were doing a
we
lot
were
of
both
harm
puppy.
by buying us all this food, because I remember my parents would spoil us as well. They would buy us chips, man, a lot of chips. So we would always have chips in at home, you know. And so with every meal we had, we would eat chips. Even my younger brother, I remember I was a little bit older by this time, so I was more aware of the nutrition. But my dad, I would see my dad buy my little brother, who was probably 12 years old. He would buy him a bag of hot Cheetos,
God damn.
dude, with the Gatorade.
That's the
Like,
go-to.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that, he hot Cheetos and Gatorade as a snack. Yeah, he would buy
No.
him that as a
Yeah.
snack. Again, my dad coming from the point of I love my son and my son loves this stuff, so I'm gonna buy him this. And boy, that messed up my brother's health. You know, messes up our health, and then we gain weight, and yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna call it the hot Cheeto girls. How were you guys able to eat a whole bag of hot Cheetos with either Gatorade or Monster Energy drink? I don't know how you guys do it. Do you remember those girls?
Yeah.
Like they'll come in with their pajamas and they'll have like a huge bag of hot Cheetos and then it's either like an energy drink or a Gatorade. And they came into class just, you want some? Dude, what are you looking at?
fingers.
Like Cheeto fingers with their nails all done. I'm like, what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
And you want some? I'm like, I'm good. That's crazy how we used to eat like that. Well, there's some people I know that used to be hot Cheeto girls.
Yeah.
Or even Takis. They would do that shit too.
Yeah, and it's lack of education from our parents. They were not. Again, I can only speak on my parents, not your parents, but my parents were not highly educated. You know what I mean? My dad, he, I think, only finished elementary in Mexico, you know, and he learned how to write and read in the military. And so my dad's education was very low. My mom was a little bit more educated. I think she reached, probably in comparison to over here, might be like high school over there in Oaxaca, Mexico. But yeah, it's the lack of awareness and education, and so our parents would feed us with the
Whatever,
knowledge.
yeah.
Yeah, with the knowledge they
With
had.
elementary school
right?
knowledge, if you think about it, my parents, I don't think they both didn't finish elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where they grew up was like really
And
tough.
then another thing, Ruby, is well, yes, one thing is love, right? Your parents love you and they want to spoil you, and so since you like this, they're gonna,
Because back then they had to survive.
Yeah.
Like I said, like food wise, the only thing they could have that's like in bulk was arroz, frijoles, and tortillas. It was cheap. It was convenient. You just throw that stuff on the stove, and boom, you have a meal for like the next week. That's all they could really eat. And since we're farmers, we had our protein stores.
It's because our parents were fed the wrong information. Um, and I say this because, for example, when we were growing up, like our parents would buy us Tampico juice, right?
Hmm.
You remember
Oh yeah,
Tampico
I
juice?
remember
And
that.
I was talking to a customer one day about this, how, our parents would buy us Tampico juice because they thought that that was healthy. You know, they're in their eyes, they're like, okay, we're gonna buy orange juice for our kids because orange juice is
Hmm.
healthy, and because we see all these freaking commercials on TV that Tampico juice is good
Yeah.
for you because it's orange, right? And that's not true. That freaking gallon of Tampico juice is all
Read the
sugar and
ingredients,
water.
guys. Read the
Yeah,
ingredients.
yes. And so our parents were taking advantage. That's how I see it. They were
Hmm.
taking advantage by big corporations, and
And it's cheaper.
and it's cheaper. And these big corporations told our parents, give this to your kids.
Hmm.
Jumex as well. You know what I mean? Give this to your kids. It's healthy. It's juice. No, it's all water and sugar. And but our parents, not being aware, they believed them, right? They
Yeah.
believed these corporations, and it was easy to believe them because, I mean, when you have a big corporation that is huge, you almost want to believe them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're big, so you kind of like want to believe them because
It's
they're
also their
big.
marketing tactic.
Yeah, there's nothing nutritious about these drinks, nothing at all, right? But they brainwash our parents to think that it's healthy because it has a little bit of orange in it. You know what I mean? And so our parents were brainwashed that way, or manipulated, I
Hmm.
should say, manipulated by big corporations about what to feed their kids. And like you said, Ruby, marketing, like they would always put a nice, healthy kid
Yum.
eating their cereal, tricks for kids, or they're drinking their
Mhm.
juice, right? um but that wasn't the reality of it, you know what I mean? Like, why don't you market your commercial with a kid who is overweight
Yeah.
or is obese? Because that's what this is leading to. This Your products are leading to obesity and overweight,
Sugar rush and
right? But
everything.
again, it's market tactics, and it's manipulation, and by these big corporations, and our parents were victims of that, and so they fed us what they were being told to fed us. Yeah. Guys, please remember to share the podcast. Okay. Share it on your stories, or share it with somebody through message. Copy the link, or just there's a little icon to share it. Share it with somebody if you think you're receiving some value from this podcast.
You better.
Or do you think that these topics that we're talking about are relatable, right? And that we should be talking more about this. So please share it so that way we can grow.
Yeah, it's just like how Luis said, guys. If you have any suggestions or topics that you want us to discuss about, please leave the comments down below. We really appreciate you guys. And as always, we are located here at the Escondido Mall, third floor, right by the food court. If you guys are gonna come down and see us, please bring me something to eat because I'm always hungry. But please make it nice and clean because I am on a cut. Because hopefully I'll be having my first fight ever. And
Yeah.
make sure to be using my code. It'll help me out a lot. Please. I'm not getting paid for this.
What's your code?
Bazan, Bazan. That is my last name. That is not my name. It is my last name. A lot of people think my last name is my real first name for some reason. Bazan.
Yeah.
That's Bazan. For the fun question.
Oh,
I
the fun
just
question.
thought. I just
Okay,
thought about it. Yeah. All right.
You were
So
thinking about a question while you were talking. How is that
yes,
possible, man? I
I
don't operate like that, Ruby.
really, as you were talking and I was talking, I was like, all right, cool. I got the
Okay.
question now. Ready?
Okay.
What is your go-to cheat meal?
My go-to cheat meal.
For me, it's a 4x4 from In-N-Out with animal style fries and the Diet Coke.
Huh.
You're like, huh?
You know what? I don't eat out as much.
It doesn't have to be like,
Yeah.
or something
But you
like
know what?
guilty
Something,
pleasure food.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
something that I really like.
Ooh,
It's
Monica.
oh my God. Yeah, I do like her. I love her, but she's not my cheat meal. uh, Sweet potato chips,
Ooh,
bro.
yeah.
I love sweet potato chips,
The ones that
man.
Monica bought us, like
Yeah,
the
those
avocado
ones.
oil.
Yeah.
Fuck those
Dude,
shits
those
up.
things, man. I look forward to eating a few on Sundays. Because on Sundays I don't track I mean, right now that I'm cutting,
Yeah.
on Sundays I don't track my macros. I still eat my meals and pretty clean. But for dinner I enjoy myself with homemade food from usually my parents cook
Hmm.
on Sundays. They do like carne asada or they do burgers. So I still enjoy myself without tracking, and that's when I have a few sweet potato chips. So I
They're
look
so good.
forward to Sunday dinners, man. Yes, that would be my cheat meal. Sweet
I
potato
love
chips.
that. Oh, that's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be for tomorrow for me, because it's Easter.
Oh, you're gonna have some sweet potato chips tomorrow? Or what do you mean?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're gonna have carne asada.
Oh yeah.
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 So
So enjoy your Easter, guys. You probably won't see this. I mean, you're gonna see this on Monday, right?
yeah, after Easter.
After Easter, but happy Easter.
I know. Happy Easter, you guys. God bless. And
What do you think? Is that it, Ruby?
I think that's it, guys. Love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Love you guys. Take care.
Yeah, we killed that shit. That was a good topic.
That was good.
Dude,
I
we're
think we
so
did
good.
good. We did much better this time.
Way better because there were more people around.
There's
I
no
hate
people
there's
around.
no
What time
people
is
around,
it?
bro.
It's 10:45. Dude.